In this video today, I'm going to show you what I've done to figure out a maintenance method to clean the intake valves on my 2022 Frontier. This third generation truck uses a direct injection design as opposed to the earlier version using a ported system. And the direct injection is susceptible to carbon buildup on the intake valves. If you're unfamiliar with this design, you can go to Wikipedia. They have a pretty good explanation as to the different designs and the manufacturers and some of the history. Hopefully this procedure, done every 30,000 miles, will keep the valves cleaner. I know some owners have gone to a catch can solution, but this is what I prefer to do at present. So the first thing I'm going to do in this procedure is to remove the mass airflow sensor and clean it. I'll also clean where it seats into this housing so that we don't get any suction of air past it once we clean it and get it replaced. Then the second thing I'll do is remove this cowling, and we'll spray cleaner into the throttle body and try to clean some of the carbon buildup that may be there. And then to actually clean the intake valves, I'm going to come in through the PVC port in the back of the intake manifold. We'll spray in some seafoam as we run the engine. This whole air box and this design, it looks identical to the 2012 Frontier I had. And there are several videos on how to clean your mass airflow sensor out there. And now we'll spray this off. You can only use mass airflow sensor cleaner on this sensor. Normally I would do this on the ground. So you can see I have put this rubber handled screwdriver into the butterfly to hold it open, and I don't have it pulled all the way open. You don't want to force it. And then I've just sprayed in with some of this cleaner, and then I mopped it up with some rags to get it, pull some of that out, and you're just going to clean that out as good as you can, okay? That's all there is to that. A little bit, not bad. It's not bad at all. I've done most of the cleaning before I turned the camera on, so it was a little dirtier than that, but that's all there is to it. This is the PVC port that I'm going to tap into with a T and some hose that I've made. Right now I'm going to just disconnect this thing. These are the parts I'm going to put together so that I can splice into the PVC port. This T is simply a water sprinkler T that you can pick up at Home Depot or Lowe's or any kind of a hardware store. I actually filed the barbs off of both ends so that it would slip into the hose a little better. This red line is the, well, I call it the stinger that comes from the seafoam. All right, and I'm going to thread that through. It's going to thread through this hose. Just shove it in. This cap, I just had this laying around. You're going to have, you can find any kind of a cap and drill a little hole in it. This already had a hole, so I'm going to, once I get it placed, then I'm going to plug the gap with the E6000, and then we'll hook this up to the existing hose. This will plug into the intake manifold. All right, and then once we'll turn on the engine, bring it up to 2,000 RPMs, spray in the sea foam, and hopefully that'll clean everything out. So we'll do it just like so. Okay, so I've got the adapter spliced in between the PVC hose that normally connects up to the intake manifold here, and we'll connect our seafoam here, start the car, bring it up to 2,000 RPMs, and spray the seafoam in. It's supposed to take about 7 minutes, and then we'll let it sit for 10 minutes to let it do what they call a hot soak. And then we'll take all this out while we're waiting, and we'll connect everything back up, and then we'll go take it for a spirited drive, as the back of the can suggests. Okay, so I've removed the adapter, connected the original hose back up to the manifold. We're going to let it sit for 10 minutes, and then we'll take it for a test drive. Well, I got about 3/4 of the can of seafoam through the intake manifold. You'll see quite a bit of smoke when you get to the second half of the can. Then we let it sit for about 12 minutes. Once we started back up, we saw quite a bit of smoke again. 2 or 3 times you accelerate, it kind of clears out. It ran rough for just a second or two, but then after that it seemed to smooth out just fine. Now we're taking it on our little test drive, and everything seems to be good. So thanks for watching.